Hello y'all, I am back again for another video. Welcome back to Advanced Insight channel. And this video is going to be about a situation that I am going to be explaining that would involve, at a minimum, emotional abuse and financial abuse. So I will be talking about the abuse when it comes to this situation and the issue of control. Here we go. Please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, for those that are not on the live, you will be able to watch the live or tune into the live when you get off of work or when you complete your activities for the day. So here we go. So there's a situation, I've been exposed to it for about 2 or 3 years, and it's I try to keep some confidentiality. So of course I'm not going to mention this sister's name. She never wronged me in any way. And so I'm not going to mention her name. I'm just going to keep that confidential for right now. So, so she is a high income earner. Okay. I am a customer. Okay. Customer/client. You can call me a client or a customer. So I have been involved with her, met her about 3 years ago. Okay. So she's a high income earner. I'm going to give you a description of her. Now, I care about this lady. So when I say this, it is not to offend, it's to make you aware so we can know what our weak areas are when it comes to financial and emotional abuse. So let me start here. You know, I've discussed weight on this channel before, y'all, and it will come up here and there. I successfully lost 25 pounds and have kept the 25 pounds off for over 3 years now. So weight is a issue for me, because not an issue, it's very important, because I have the knowledge and understanding of weight. Okay. So if you go to Google and you Google average weight, okay, and you go down to Rush University System for Health, which would be rush.edu, how much should I weigh? You click on that. For me, it comes up right away. It's like the second thing down. And then you keep scrolling down. So when you first come to the rush.edu, it'll say, how much should I weigh? What I do is I keep scrolling down until I get to height and weight chart. Okay, so we'll say 5 feet tall. So 5 feet tall, normal weight is 97 to 127 pounds. Overweight will be 128 to 152 pounds. And obese weight is 153 to 199 pounds. Okay, now if you're 5 feet tall and you're morbidly obese, your weight won't be within this chart. So if you're 5 feet tall and you're morbidly obese, you will be 200 pounds or more. So this sister is in that weight category. She would be morbidly obese for her height. The sister is twice my size. Okay, so she would be morbidly obese for her height. So what this does, and I'm bringing this up to say this, what it does, it makes her what you call a target. Okay. Now, not only is she morbidly obese, pretty lady in the face, pretty lady. Okay. She is dark complected. So she's the color of a dark chocolate candy bar, not just a milk chocolate candy bar, a dark chocolate. Beautiful complexion, beautiful skin, beautiful girl in the face. Okay. But I've talked about this on other videos where I do have a problem with the way very, very dark complected women are victimized. Okay. And they're normally victimized much of the time by other dark skinned men. Okay. It's not the white man, it's not the Asian man that's normally the primary one that's primarily victimizing them. It's their own. Dark skinned women, the ones I met, will have a very tender heart. They will be very sweethearted, and they will give it a lot of opportunities for abuse in many areas that I won't give nobody a pass to. Okay, because for one, I've learned better. Okay, so with this particular sister, like I said, she's a high income earner, and I'm one of her customers. Okay, so being one of her customers, I began by hearing her phone calls. Okay, so this gentleman or man would call in to her job. Okay, and much of the time she would be on her cell phone, but maybe sometimes she's on the company phone. I'm not sure. Either way, she's on the phone. So this is what he does. He's always asking for stuff. The phone calls that I heard, he's asking for her to do things. So when he first calls, there's no hello, how you doing? So sometimes she would even answer the phone like, okay, you want me to pick up your kids. Now I'm just going to clarify this. This particular sister that I'm a customer of or a client of, she went into a location where one of my relatives was located, and she brought this man with her, this same man. Now keep in mind, for 2 to 3 years, I don't get to meet the man. Over the past 4 weeks, I finally get to at least witness who he is. I don't formally meet him. There's no introduction, but I get to meet who he is. So she's just a supply source to him. This man don't care nothing about this sister. He don't care nothing about her weight, her well-being. She's just supply. She's just somebody to use. So oftentimes she'll answer the phone. She's very angry. Whenever he calls, she's in an extreme amount of anger and inner hostility and animosity towards this man because what he's doing ain't right. And it's over time, it's like you only can take so much. So she's ensnared by him. So she's been snatched in, pulled in. She's in his web. He lives with her, I'm sure. At this point, I'm positive that he has a lot of control over her because they're living in the same residence. So she mentions that she has kids too. So I'm not sure if they share kids together. I mind my business, y'all. I stay out of domestic violent situations. Okay, and this is why. I don't want to be killed and harmed. Okay, I know. Also, I don't want to be jailed. And also, I stay out of domestic violence situations because I don't want to be involved in it, period. It's just always a bad outcome, especially for the innocent people and the ones that are trying to help. Nobody gets a good deal in these situations. It's just all a crappy deal. So he's always asking for something. She doesn't open up to me. She never vents and says, well, I'm tired of this man or nothing like that. And I'm going to be honest, for quite a while, she had quite a bit of an attitude towards me. But see, the thing is, I know what she's going through. Okay. So she should have an attitude. But she knows her stuff. You talk about talent. Now, her attitude with me, that's gone. Because I'm not a good target. So a couple of times she had an attitude. I talked back to her. Um, I got a little sarcastic with her because the thing is, she's being emotionally and financially abused by the guy she's with. And you know what? Let me explain this. It appears that that's her man. It appears that that's her baby daddy, but he could be someone else. He could actually be her uncle. Worst case scenario, this is her daddy, her cousin. I cannot say for sure that this man is her man, but it appears that this is her man. Okay, but since she has not confided in me, he's definitely a relative. Okay, whether he be an in-law, but let's just take the assumption in some way that this is her man because they were seen out, and another relative told me that that was pretty much probably her man, or another friend or relative, I'll say, pretty much said that that's her man. Okay, so we'll just assume that. So guess what? 2 or 3 years then went by. I finally get to meet him, right? I made no eye contact with this man. He had a very, very, very dead energy. I just knew not to make eye contact with them. So I'm sitting in the lobby and he's there, but I just don't look at him like that. And I like that about myself. I like how my energy just said, don't be bothered with him. I didn't speak. I didn't say hello. A lot of times when people come in the lobby, I will say hello or whatever, but I use discretion. Okay. It's not a good idea to be friendly Bob or friendly Sally. Every time somebody show up, hello, hello, hello. Don't do that. If your instinct tells you don't speak and don't open your mouth, you should not say anything. And that's what I did. My energy said, don't say anything. So the sister that I'm talking about, let's just call her Renee. We'll give her a name. So Renee comes out, and this is not her real name, but we'll just give her a name. So Renee comes out and she stands off from him and he begins asking her for gambling money. Okay. So she seemed like she kind of tough. She don't seem like the type that just is going to let him beat her down. She seemed like the type that would try to fight you back too. She really do. I sense that about her personality. But none of that's good because at the end of the day, the best situation to be in is not to have the abuser around in the first place. That's the best situation to be in. So she makes sure she stands off from him. I'm like in the middle of them, sitting in the chairs. He's to my left on the other side of the wall, and she is standing in front of us both, reared off to my right. And she makes sure that she stays a distance away from him. So he starts asking her for money to go gamble. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, but he mentioned an amount, I think, or he just said money. Okay. There's this amount of like $500 that's in my head, but I don't want to quote that that's what he asked for. Let's just say he just asked for money. $50, $500. It seemed like that there was an amount maybe, but this is the thing, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. When I'm in situations like that, there is a trauma response that I go through as well, because the witnesses of Renee's trauma becomes part of the witness trauma as well. Okay, because she's being victimized and financially abused. So she says this to him when he asks for the money for gambling. He's specific, he wants it to gamble. And so she said, no, just like that. Okay, that may appear to be tough or whatever. She said no, but he gonna ask again. No don't mean nothing to this man. Now, normally he's contacting her through the phone. So, me knowing how domestic violence works, now he's showing up at her job. There can be many reasons for this. Okay, let me explain some of the reasons why he's at the job. One reason is he's always been there. I just haven't seen him yet. So, throughout the years when I would hear him calling her, he could have always been at her job. But I'm just now seeing him there because I'm not at this location every day or every week. Okay. So it's possible that he's always been coming in her job. Two, he's coming in the job more or coming in her job more because she's not answering her phone as much. And of course, we can figure out why she wouldn't be answering her phone as much. And that's because he's always asking for stuff. Okay. Three, she's in more danger than she thinks. And he's now somewhat stalking her. And stalking could mean she's telling him that she's not at work and he keep showing up anyway. Like she could say, I don't even work here no more. I'm not at work, but he continues to show up. So she could be going into a escalated level of domestic violence and he's starting to stalk her now. So those are some of the reasons. But I'm going to use logic and say he's been coming to her job. He's not always just asking for stuff on the phone. Some of the things, if he wants large amounts of money or to continue the best way to financially abuse her, most financial abusers will be doing that in person. So I'm going to explain his appearance. Okay. Very dark skinned man, nice skin, gray hair. He's at least 60 or older, but looks very good for his age. Okay. Normal body weight. At the most, he may be overweight. And if he's overweight, he's in the beginning stage of that. So his appearance is that of a normal body weight. I suspect he's not overweight at all. Okay. Clean. He had on like a white beater, some shorts. A man of shorter stature. Okay. Prior player. He act like I'm invisible, y'all, which is a good thing. Okay. Somebody like this, I want him to act like I don't exist. Because at the end of the day, if they would have got to arguing, if she said no and he got up and hit her, I'm going to call the police. Okay. So I'm not a good supply for him. So it's best to just act like I'm a statue or I'm a photo on the wall and just act like I ain't even in the room. And that's what he did. And my instinct told me not to speak to him. So there's one black woman every 5.5 hours in the United States that gets killed by another black man. Now, this is where my soul feels bad for her. When you see a photo of somebody when they was a child, I saw a photo of her, super cute. She's so cute, y'all. I saw a photo of Renee when she was about 8 years old. She was chubby. She was a chubby child and overweight, but just overweight. She would not have been morbidly obese when she was 8 or 9 years old on that photo. She just, what you call a chubby child. And if she was obese for a child, she would have been in the beginning stage of that, but she was not morbidly obese. So she was an overweight child. I'm for sure that looking at that photo, she was not obese yet. She was not morbidly obese. I already explained what morbidly obese is. So she's actually at risk of being a murder victim. Now, how did he react when she said no to the gambling money? And I'm going to talk about how inappropriate this is. Okay, and how much hate he has for her. He asked for the gambling money in front of me. So what does this mean? He asked for it. He don't have no respect for her. So when he's asking for gambling money, he didn't try to play it off and say he needed money for the light bill or rent or anything like that. He's asking for gambling money. Asking this lady for any type of money while anyone is around is disrespectful to her. So he has no respect. 2, he has no love. 3, he has no regard for her. 4, he does not see her as valuable. And even if he knows that she's valuable, he doesn't want her to know it. 5, he's an animal. He's an animal. And he's wild. He's a wild animal. Because, see, him asking for the money in front of me, that's actually part of aggression. And that's actually the beginning stage of an assault. See, we view an assault as, well, I know he's assaulted me because he's broke my legs, blacked my eye, drug me across the floor, whatever he does. Okay. He's put me in the hospital, but the assault actually begins, like Pastor R.C. Blakes would say, language. Language is how you determine an enemy. And so his language of asking for the money right in front of me shows his level of hate. So this is the thing, y'all. Okay, control. So I mentioned that I would bring up control. You got to stop thinking people is insulting you. See, a lot of times when people say things about you, you think it's an insult. And so what you do when they say it about you, you try to change it. Okay? And what they're saying about you doesn't need to be changed. They're just observing it and they're stating it. So if somebody says to me, you're controlling, it's only 2 types of people that's going to say that to me. A man that's trying to gain control over me or my things or my place, and he should not be having control, and I'm resisting, and he notices that he's not able to take control. So a narcissistic man would say this, or a very, very insecure woman that has no control in her life, and males and other women control her life. So a woman that's not independent enough, a woman that has put herself in a position where she needs a lot of care and she cannot function independently on her own. These are the only 2 type of people that would say this, but usually I will hear it from a male. Another thing that will be said is, you're materialistic. Or no, not I'm materialistic, not that one. A man may say they're not materialistic. So you think on the surface, you think, well, if a man says he's not materialistic, you think, oh, well, this is an empath. No, it's narcissistic. Because what the person is really saying is they don't respect your material things, and they don't understand why you prioritize yourself and your material things at such a high regard. So when someone tells you you're controlling, this is not something I will hear very often. And the reason I'm not hearing it very often is because I'm not trying to take control of things that I am not in control of. So I don't come in your house. I don't invite myself to your house. I'm not telling you what to do in your house. So I won't get that you're controlling, because I only control what I'm supposed to be controlling in my life, not others. So this is not something I will hear often, but I will hear it here and there if I am getting out of a relationship with a narcissistic man. I don't hear it if I'm leaving a empathic man. If it's a man with empathy, he's not telling me that I'm controlling. Um, my narcissistic ex said it because he wasn't getting his way. But at some point, because he was an aware narcissist, he stopped saying it. Because I let him know what I'm controlling, I have a right to control. And a lot of times, y'all, it's when you don't let these people in your house, or when you create the boundary. Like I told my ex narcissist, he was an aware narcissist. I talked about this on other videos. I don't want to be with you no more, man. So yes, I'm controlling it. I'm controlling myself. And I gave all facts of how I'm controlling myself. I'm controlling my body. I'm controlling my emotions. And I'm controlling the fact that I should no longer be coming around you, sir. He shut it down. But he's an aware narcissist, not an unaware one. An unaware narcissist gonna keep arguing with me as if I should not be taking control. So these are the only times you're gonna hear this. So when a male that I'm saying no to tells me I'm controlling, he's just complimented me. He's telling me, this is what he's saying. When you refuse someone to overstep your boundaries, especially when it comes to your body and your residence, and a narcissistic person tells you you are controlling, they're complimenting you. They're saying, good job, sis. You picked up on my game. Good job, sis. You're not the one to be targeted. Good job, sis. You're a smart and intelligent woman. Good job, sis. My game didn't work with you. Good job, sis. You know that I'm not the one for you. Good job, sis. You know that I'm going to be playing a game with your heart and your life. Good job, sis. You recognize that you pay your bills and not me. Good job, sis. I'm actually somebody that would have been trying to lay my hands on you. Good job, sis. You don't have to have the police at your house now because you shut it down with me. Good job, sis. I would have came in your house and not even washed my ass. Okay, you never know how far somebody would take it. Good job, sis, because I was going to be in your house starting fights with your children and your relatives. Good job, sis, because I was going to be coming in tearing up your stuff. Good job, sis. I was going to be coming in your house living for free, asking you for money and expecting you to pay me. This is what the person is controlling. And ultimately, they're saying, good job. You're a smart and beautiful lady, and you're very intuitive and wise and highly intelligent to pick up on my bad intentions. That's what somebody is saying to you when they say that you're controlling. And it could be vice versa. It could be a woman that's the violator and she's victimizing a man. So when that man stops her and she says, oh, you're controlling, this is something I don't say to people. I don't tell people they're controlling because I'm never in a position where I'm trying to control them. I'm always in my own lane at all times. I'm always in my own lane and in my own territory. So I never need to say someone's controlling. And I'm always controlling, which is what I should be doing. It's just like if you got a business and you're a business owner, you should be controlling your business. Control doesn't mean anything but manage. Let's stop acting like it's such a bad word. Some women, when you tell them they controlling, they'll give you their mansion. Oh my God, he said I'm controlling. Yes, you're managing your life. That's all it means. So with this particular sister, Renee, I'll call her Renee. She's under financial abuse. And other ways that narcissistic males will financially abuse women is the way they mention and have no regard for asking you or for bringing up money when other people are around. So another way they will do it, because this particular relative or whatever this guy is to Renee, he did it by asking for gambling money right in front of me. Sometimes a narcissistic male may do it by letting everyone know that you have food stamps. So sometimes they'll do it over the phone too. It's a way that a narcissistic male kind of acts like he's like a pimp. It's part of Black culture sometimes, that pimp mentality. Talking to a bitch whatever way he want to and not having no regard. Okay, so a narcissistic male, he'll let everybody know you got food stamps. He may say something like, did you pay your Section 8 rent on time? When you gonna be moving into your government housing? One gentleman asked me, did I get government housing? They will also insult you and start financial abuse by asking very inappropriate questions. These are questions I don't ask people. If anyone that I know has Section 8 or live in any senior citizen housing or anything like that, or they say if they stayed in the projects or government owned housing, they tell me. I never know it because I ask. Because I don't ask people questions like this. But I've been asked questions like this. And why do they do it? Men do this because there's not another man around. So whether the man is asking the sister Renee if he can have gambling money, whether a man is asking, hey, you got your food card? He's only doing it because he's in front of women. This is something that he would be more cautious of doing if other men were around. Now, he will feel comfortable doing it if other men are around and these men are abusers. So if they all are known abusers and pimps, he will do it with those men around and may even show off and say, bitch, you got your food stamps, bitch. You got your motherfucking Section 8, bitch. This is how some of them will talk. It just depends on how gutter and grimy he is. You could have a real, like HD Tutor would say, what, lesser narcissist on your hand? You could have that violent, crazy acting one on your hands. It just depends. So financial abuse is something really serious. And so what I want you to get from this video is the main red flag is how they talking to you about money in front of people. And this sister Renee, she's a prime target because she's dark complected, morbidly obese, and she's a beautiful lady in the face, and she's a very high income earner. You can't get nothing from somebody that ain't got it. And some of these financial abusers, they'll get it from you even if you ain't got it. See, I understand this. A financial abuser, he'll wiggle my rent money out of me. He'll wiggle my light bill money out of me. He'll wiggle my food money out of me. I can't stand for somebody to front me off. See, that would have pissed me off. Like, you want to act, look, ask me if you want gambling money, ask me for the shit when other customers and clients aren't around. Can you do that? Can you please do that, sir? But this sister's ensnared. She's got serious health problems going on right now. it seems like she may have some kind of bronchitis or some kind of breathing, mucus and inflammation stuff going on. And her weight, being morbidly obese, is definitely being a contributor to this. So one time I saw her eat, y'all, and this is a way that people, when they're dealing with these type of abusers, she's under financial abuse. So what she's doing is comfort eating. So I saw her eating a bowl or something, y'all, and it was a bowl. I won't say what it is, but this bowl was so big that it was enough for 4 to 5 people. But she's comfort eating. And from seeing the beautiful picture of her when she was a little girl, there could be a possibility she's never been taught appropriate portions. She never gets any bigger, neither. She stays right around that. She's morbidly obese. So that 5 foot tall, 200 pounds would take her into morbid obesity. So estimating her weight, I would say her weight is about 320 pounds. So this means that she's approximately 121 pounds over the chart. So the chart for about 5 feet tall ends at about 199. Her estimated weight for her height would be about 320 pounds. So this is where the lack of oxygen and the breathing, she's at very high risk of anything or something shutting down on her. She would be at very high risk of a massive heart attack, a massive sudden heart attack. And none of this do I want to happen to her. But this financial abuser, now he's in tip-top shape. But he's running up and down that casino. Okay. And she's not getting her appropriate exercise and burning off enough calories for the food she takes in. Okay. So he's too busy asking her for her money and asking her to pick his kids up. Because sometimes she would say on the phone, "You want me to pick your kids?" So busy asking her for stuff that even when I'm with her, her and I do not talk about our weight. Even though we've talked about weight as a group at this location, all the women, we've talked about weight and our weight loss journeys and what we do to prevent from gaining weight. It's an environment where women and men talk. Almost kind of like a club environment, y'all. But he's too busy asking her for stuff for her to focus on herself. This is the bottom line. So financial abuse leads to Renee abusing herself, even if it's unintentional. I couldn't stand it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Because I seen the picture of her when she was a little girl, y'all, I know this. She's empathic. Even though she used to have a bad attitude with me, why wouldn't she? Look at her conditions. But see, I let her know in a way, in a passive aggressive way, long time ago, I ain't your abuser. Don't talk that smart mouth shit to me. I'm not the one calling you. Don't take it out on me. And she's like a genius and expert at what she does in this line of work. So I don't have any problems with her. One time I made her smile, y'all. And when I tell you, this woman's so pretty when she smiles, you hear me? And it's something you just don't see her do a lot. But her smile She could be one of those plus size models. Okay. She's about 320 pounds approximately. And she could be a plus size model. She really could. That's how pretty her smile is. And when she smiles, her face is just gorgeous. And I hate to see her in danger because I know the abuser's response when he asked for the gambling money, he just did that blank shutdown. So see, he's processing that in his mind, right? And this is what keeps escalating in his mind. It's what's going through his sick mind. And then one day he snaps out because he don't like the no. It's very dangerous to have a man like this. Any man that's in an addiction that is using you as his supply, you're the one he's getting the money from. You're the one he needs for the car. The woman is the one that he needs for a place to live. Any man that has any type of addiction, that lady is in grave danger. More danger than she could ever imagine. And I mean serious, serious danger. And so this is a situation that I witnessed. And the Lord may be putting me in a situation where I'm going to be the one to give her some advice. But I keep my mouth quiet because her and her man know where my family be at. See, I don't underestimate this fool. I keep very quiet. Even if she was to ask me for advice, I still may be very leery of giving her the advice I would like to give her because guess what? Her abuser knows I'm at that location. Because see, abuse victims, this is what they do, y'all. They'll tell their abuser what you said. Well, you know that light-skinned woman that was in the lobby that day when you was asking me for the gambling money? She said I should go file a no contact order and put your ass out my house, Henry. This is what she'll tell because see, abuse victims, until they're truly completely free and completely awakened, they can bring a lot of danger to the people that give them the advice because they're not ready to truly remove themselves from the situation. So what the abuse victim does, the abuse victim actually antagonizes the abuser. So she could tell him, remember that light-skinned woman that said, that was not said, because I ain't say nothing. Remember that light-skinned woman that was sitting in the lobby that day? And then he might say something like, oh, well, she wanted to fuck me. Oh, yeah. The abuser can lie on you, too. The abuser can lie and say, well, she came on to me and had a victim acting up with you. Next thing I know, I go into business and she's rolling her eyes, talking about what you want and talking crazy to me again. So the best situation to be in when you're giving advice to abuse victims is for their abuser not to know you, for the abuser not to know where you at, and sometimes the victim not even know where you at. I like abuse victims that I give advice to over the phone where I'd rather the abuse victim ain't even met me at all. I just met them through the phone, through a friend or relative, and I'm giving advice that way. So therefore, the victim or the abuser does not know anything about me. Those are the type of abuse victims I like to have, or I like to give advice to. And the best way to get those abuse victims is through a life coach certification. So if I became a life coach, I would be giving advice to abuse victims that do not know where the hell I'm at. I think when you're a certified life coach, you can make it so they don't even see your freaking face. All they hearing is my voice. They're not seeing my face or any of that. So This is the situation I witnessed. And you know what? There was some relief because I always wanted to know who this man was that was calling her damn job, asking for shit. It is disgusting what he's doing. He's a disgrace to his mother. Oh, speaking of mother, oh, I'm going to bring this up too. And he might not be a disgrace to his mother because his mother may be the one that taught him the shit. Okay, so mother. That's another form of financial abuse. He's 90 years old, still asking you for money. That's not what a mother is, y'all. He's 90 years old, still needing money from you. Let's take the number down a little bit. He's 40, he's 35. The best way to fend yourself off from these situations, don't be the type of mother that's always asking your son for money. Okay, because that can backfire. Because you think you got an empathic son. So you start out, well, I'm gonna get money from him, and he's used to you coming around just to get money from him. But then he's truly not an empathic son. So he uses this as ammunition to hold against you to keep taking his mother's money for the next 15 to 30 years or longer. So that's financial abuse from mothers. Mothers, I suggest this. We got laws. If you live in the United States, you are legally obligated to take care of him to 18. Scientifically, his brain is not fully an adult brain till he's 25. So this is where your moral obligation stands, right here in science. I believe that for an immature child, you can care for them financially till they're 25 years of age. At 19, they're still a teenager. You definitely need to be providing for your teenagers, but at 25 is the cutoff point. Now, if you help your child past that age, that's because you want to. But the thing is, the constant for mothers, constantly, you got a son or daughter that's constantly asking you for money, asking you for loans, 5,000, 10,000. Some of these amounts can get pretty large. Then you struggle to get your money back. Then they're calling you all sorts of names behind your back. Some sons and daughters will do this because you want your money back. It's coddling. It's coddling. Now, if you and your mother, y'all are in some kind of business together, y'all own a store or something like that, and there's an exchange of money, that's different. But outside of that, it shouldn't be happening. So this sister Renee, this is the name I gave her, she's under financial abuse. Abusers, in summary with this video, abusers, they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn who know you got some food stamps, who know you giving them gambling money. They don't give a damn if people know you paying their rent and their car payment. This is part of the devaluation that you're under. Remember, what is it? Love bombing? What do they always say are the 4 stages of narcissism or narcissistic abuse? Love bombing, devaluation, discard or disengagement, like H.G. Tudor would say. Disengagement, I think, is a better word that he says. And hoovering, them trying to suck you back in. But I can word it even different. A lot of times you ain't been love bombed because the dude been asking you for gambling money since the day you met him at the casino. trying to be mean, y'all. Okay. Dark skinned sisters that are morbidly obese, that get victimized so much. It's so sad. A lot of times, the love bombing that they get is the dick. That's the love bombing, because I described the man. He's of normal body weight. He don't look like he's taking no Viagra, even at 60. Okay, or he could be. He gonna take that Viagra or that medicine to make him have an erection so he could give her some dick so he could keep getting the gambling money from her. This is what this sister's going through. So they say love bombing, that's like the romance period. I can tell you to play. I've seen it too much. Morbidly obese women, they not getting love bombed like that, especially when they the one handing out the money. Now, if she's morbidly obese and she's the gold digger, yeah, she's gonna get romanced. But she gotta be like a Coca-Cola body, morbidly obese chick, where all that weight is in her ass. All that weight can't be like in her stomach and in her neck, and she can't barely breathe. She's out of shape. Her stomach is like a whole person. No, that ain't the one that's getting romanced. She would have to be like a very high class gold digger. So there probably was no love bombing. You know what I got a sense of with this sister Renee? I wouldn't be surprised if she's been with this man. Because dark-skinned women, y'all, whoo, they give a man a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if she'd been with him since she'd been 15 or 20 years old. She might have been with him a long time. She may be about, just say she's 45, give or take. She may have been with this man for 30 years because they're so loyal. A dark complected, morbidly obese woman, they so loyal and hardworking, and they have such high incomes. They so pretty in the face, y'all. But it's sad because all of this is life-threatening. Her life is being threatened through health too. So much of her focus is focused on him and his gambling needs and all of this stuff that very little of her focus is on her weight. And if you want to know where you're at weight-wise, I began to struggle with weight too, y'all. All I got to do is gain 5 extra pounds. If I want my left or right knee to hurt to where I got to go back to the hospital, all I got to do is gain 5 to 10 pounds, y'all. That's it. I know the severity of what some weight can do. If I want my legs to swell to where I got like all this water retention and my blood pressure go back up, all I got to do is gain 10 pounds, y'all. Just 10 pounds on me. Just gain the 10 pounds back. That's all I got to do. And this sister's about at 320 pounds. The good thing is she stays at that weight. I never see her get bigger, but I never see her get smaller. She has not been taught appropriate meal size. She was overweight as a child, y'all. She does not know that bowl that she was eating when I was at the business location, she does not know that is for 4 to 5 people. I had to tell my oldest son this yesterday. The brownie, y'all, the brownie that you get from these coffee shops and stuff, that freshly cooked brownie, that's enough for 2 people, y'all. You could eat the entire brownie. It seems small. It seems like all of that's for you. But actually, when everybody buying their own brownie, there's 3 of you and 4 of you, and everybody buying their own brownie. So say there's 4 of you. You buy 4 of those brownies from the coffee shop. Say you're like at Starbucks or whatever, and you buy 4 of those brownies from the coffee shop or any coffee shop. The smaller brownies. You buy 4 for 4 people. You know what you can do? This saves money too. You can buy 2 of those freshly cooked brownies. Those brownies at Starbucks, one of those brownies can feed 2 people. You split it up between 2. So if it's 4 of you, all you need to buy is 2 brownies. For 4 people, you just need 2 Starbucks brownies, not 4. And you divide, you cut each brownie in half, and it's enough for 4 people. Most people don't know appropriate portions. They just don't. I understood portions even from a child because even when my grandmother owned her restaurant, she would never send me and my bestie at the time a whole plate of food. She would send us each 1 big fried chicken breast. That's it. I guess she figured we wasn't coming down to help her. So I guess me and my bestie didn't deserve a whole meal. I don't know. But we were small. My grandmother's looking at our size like each person got 1 freshly fried chicken breast. My best friend Shauna got 1 and I got 1 after we had slept all day. And Anthula, the Greek lady, would cook it. Anthula would always call me Kukla, which meant pretty doll or whatever. And she would try to tell me that it would make me aware that Irene in Greek is pronounced Irene. She got so mad that I wouldn't pronounce it Irene. I knew what she was saying. She was trying to let me know that Irene's a Greek name and I need to pronounce it right. I understood her the whole time. But I'm like, but you ain't named me this. My grandmother named me this and she calls me Irene. I know in Greek they would say Irene, but in the Negro world, my grandmother said it's Irene. And to this day, that's what I use, Irene. But I understand in some African languages, and since Irene is a Greek name, the correct pronunciation is Irene. So I hope this makes sense, but to sum this up, the main thing I want you to remember is that it is a red flag when any man, mostly men will do this. Very rarely do I have ladies exploit me financially and tell my business in front of other people. But male financial abuse, a narcissistic, psychopathic, narcissist man will not care about asking you for money and sharing what you got in front of people. A narcissistic man ain't gonna have no regard for what he asking you. He don't care if he asks you, do you get government housing? An abuser don't care about what he asking you. All he cares about is sizing you up. And it does not matter who the abuser is. It could be a friend, relative, potential significant other, a boyfriend, a cousin, an uncle, a brother. It does not matter who the man is. It is a red flag when a man is asking you financial questions. It's something he should avoid from asking out of respect. It's a sign that he don't have no empathy or love for you. Men that I know love me don't ask me questions about my personal financial situation. A man that loved and respect me is not going to ask me if I get government housing. Yes, y'all, I was asked this by a relative. A crappy relative actually asked me this many months ago. Around between February, April, somewhere around that. My own male relative asked me this. The audacity. He's displaced, borderline homeless. You know, I control my mouth a lot, y'all, but you know what I could have said? Nah, Negro, I don't get government housing, but your ass may need to get it. So you will have a place to stay. I didn't say that. Get away from these type of guys because you will be losing your temper, whether it be through text message, on the phone. Just leave them alone. They have a pimp mentality. They're narcissists. They're abusers. And one of the worst forms of abuse is financial abuse. Somebody can financially abuse you until you go homeless. But somebody that's asking you for money or asking you about your money, whether it be in front of people, when they do it in front of people, like how that man did Sister Renee, doing that in front of me, he's exploiting her. That's a form of violence. Him doing that and talking to her like that in front of me, he ain't even know me. He's already showing aggression and violence. And these are the signs that Black women do not pick up on soon enough. And this is why they're the number one to be murdered in the United States by a Black man. Because they don't see the violence until they're shot down a lot of times. They just don't see it coming. And it's a very bad thing when they don't see it coming. I was just watching this video. Let me see. Her ex, fresh out of prison after 15 years, shoots her. I'll play this for a few minutes so y'all could hear this. And then I'll put this video down in the description box. Listen to this, y'all. Fair use, y'all.
My niece was gunned down by a violent ex-boyfriend that she put a restraining order on, and he ambushed her and shot her.
So she's saying her niece was gunned down by a boyfriend. And he ambushed her and shot her down. And he was a violent ex-boyfriend. And she had put a restraining order on him, and then he ambushed and shot her not 5 times, but 10 times right in front of her house. Okay?
5 times, but 10 times right here in front of her house.
Mariah will be the 4th woman in our family that was murdered by someone that said.
So Mariah will be the first woman in her family, or the 4th woman. So this lady Mariah, she's the 4th woman in this family to be murdered by someone that's violent. And you know why? I could instantly see the red flags. So there's some obesity with these women, except these are not dark-skinned women. Okay? Your weight makes you a target. Okay? See, women, they don't know how men talk about them. That's why you got to get you some guy friends, right? A lot of women and ladies don't have a clue as to how men talk about them. This is how they talk, y'all. I'm getting ready to fuck this fat bitch so I could get some money. They talk about them real bad, y'all. So that weight thing, you got to understand, weight makes you a target. Age makes you a target. The fact you're a lady, whether you're young or old, just being a female or a girl or a lady, you're a target. So listen to this. Fair use, y'all.
Mariah will be the 4th woman in our family that was murdered by someone.
Yeah, the 4th woman in the family to be murdered. That's a lot of women in a family. One woman being murdered by an abuser is a lot. But this family here, they gonna be the 4th. Or, I mean, they got 4 ladies that's been murdered. But this particular sister was with a man, and he had done 15 years in prison. The one that got killed, Mariah. Mariah got murdered, and she was messing with a man that had did 15 years.
said that they loved them.
The morning breaks quiet on Russell Avenue North. It's 7:50 a.m., September 15th, 2025. Security cameras capture what neighbors
And this
will later
just
describe
happened
as a
September 15th, 2025. So this is a new case, y'all.
sound they'll never forget. 15 gunshots in rapid succession. A Jeep Cherokee sits abandoned.
15 gunshots. He says in rapid succession.
Driver's door wide open.
But I guess 10 of the bullets landed in her body.
Brass casings catch the early sunlight across the pavement. Inside that vehicle, 34-year-old Mariah Samuels takes her last breath. Just 7 hours
She only 34 years old, y'all. Murdered.
earlier, she had typed 9 words that would become her final message to the world. Clearly, the protective order isn't doing shit. A court-issued protection order lay somewhere in her home, signed, sealed, and completely useless.
And she's right. Some of her last words were the protection order isn't doing shit. I mean, it puts a trail on them. It lets law enforcement know that she's in danger. But a lot of times the protection order is what makes them do his final go off. Because that protection order, now he feel like you front him off. Now he feel like he's being exploited. Now he feel like you going to tell the white man on him and all that bullshit they talk. Bitch, you done told the white man. You done told them motherfucking crackers that I be beating your ass, bitch. The nerves of you, hoe. This is how they talk to these women. And a lot of times they started talking to them kind of soon. Like this. Now, I'm going to tell you what my prior abusers have done. Because I was in prior couple of domestic violence situations, right? Now, what my abusers will do is they'll act really charming and nice at first. Kind of like trick me in. You know, like romance me. They'll romance me just to kind of get me in their web so I'm ensnared. But abusers lately, they ain't doing too much of that because this is 2025. But see, I know that that's one of the red flags. All you got to do is talk to him on the phone for a while. I don't give a shit about an abuser. Once I realize that a man does not have empathy for me, sometimes you'll mistake an empath. You'll think it's an empath, but actually it's an unaware narcissist. And you'll know this through conversation. I've been coming across some unaware narcissists lately, y'all, that I thought was empaths. One in particular, he can ask you, well, what did I do to cross a boundary with you? Well, you told me when you come into my house, invited yourself on that particular day, told me how long you gonna stay and how long you gonna pay, as if it ain't my residence. That's what you did. The unaware narcissist is like, well, you invited me before. Well, when I invited you, you said you didn't want to come. Then at a later date, you telling me what to do. The unaware narcissist sent me a text message saying, I'll read it to you, y'all. This is an unaware narcissist. Seriously. I'm going to read this to you. Let me see. I got a comment here. Oh, hello, K-pop. Demon Karma Hurts. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. You changed your YouTube channel up a little bit, huh? But you still got the beginning of it still the same. So welcome back. So this video is about the financial abuse. And I was telling a situation. I didn't want to tell the sister's real name, but I was telling about a situation. I called her Renee. I talked about weight and all of that, K-pop. So thank you for tuning in. But I'm gonna read you this text message, right? So you'll understand about unaware narcissists, because I've talked about being an aware empath, what an unaware empath is, and An unaware empath cannot protect themselves as much. I came up with this term on my own. And then, of course, aware narcissists and unaware narcissists, those terms were already created. So I think I mistake this person as an empath, but I think I'm going to put them in a category of an unaware narcissist. And I'm going to go back to this this text message I sent. Or not I sent, but the individual sent me. So you can understand what an unaware narcissist is. When you type something like this to somebody, you are unaware that you are a narcissist, because it sounds to an aware empath. I already know. Okay, part of the text says, if there's boundaries, I'd rather not be there ever. Given I've always been decent and respectful. This individual, this unaware narcissist, is telling me, let me get K-pop's opinion. This unaware narcissist is telling me, if there's boundaries, talking about my place, my residence, I'd rather not be there ever. So this unaware narcissist is clearly stating, if there's boundaries, I'd rather not be there ever. Speaking of my residence. He's talking about my residence. I've always been decent and respectful. He's not decent and respectful. He's absolutely not decent and respectful. That's why he's saying, if there's boundaries, I'd rather not be there. A decent and respectful man would understand when they at your place and they're at somebody else's place, there's boundaries and rules. He don't run it. A decent person would understand this is not their crib. This is gaslighting me. This is an unaware narcissist. Now, an aware narcissist would have been smart enough not to send me this shit. But this is an unaware narcissist. And then had the nerves in the beginning of it to bring God into it. He said, you know, this is our world. We share it with God. I'm sharing this home with the Lord, but not with this unaware narcissist. He gives us this right. God ain't gave him no right over shit, y'all. The Lord ain't giving this unaware narcissist the right over somebody else's place. The Lord gives him a right over finding himself a place. That's why we are here. I'm not materialistic at all. Please. Let somebody walk up and kick this unaware narcissist vehicle. Empaths don't talk like this. I would never tell somebody I'm not materialistic. You know why? Because I understand that I need to respect you and your belongings. Everything that belongs to you, I need to be respecting. This is not how an empath talks. Empaths, we don't talk like this. We don't say shit like this. We're not materialistic. When I have my place, you are invited anytime as long as there's respect there. Now, he says when he has his place, I'm invited anytime as long as there's respect there. But this freaking unaware narcissist doesn't want to be at my place because there's boundaries. Boundaries is respect. They're one and the same. But he states in this text message that if he had his place, I'm invited anytime as long as there's respect there. But when it comes to my place, he'd rather not be there because there's boundaries. This is an unaware narcissist. If it's his place, he wants to be respected. But if it's my place, he don't want to be there because I have boundaries. So I guess I don't have a right to respect in my place. But if it's his place, he needs respect. That's all boundaries is. If there's boundaries, boundaries is respect. Boundaries and respect are one and the same when it comes to a residence. I would this home. Now I went to the home of an aware narcissist. But see, the narcissist is aware. So when you're going to the home of an aware narcissist, there may be a better outcome because they know what they are and they already put in place some boundaries to kind of hide who they are and do their best to try to cover it up. But this is scary. This is not an empath. This is not an empath. And I mistake this gentleman for an empath, and he's not. You know, this is our world. We share it with God. He gives us this right. Yes, he does. But God don't give this unaware narcissist a right to break my boundaries in my house. God does not give this man that right. That's a sense of entitlement. That's why we are here. He can't tell me why I'm here. That may be why he here. But the unaware narcissist has no right to be telling me why I am here. When I have my place, you are invited anytime as long as there's respect there. So he's an unaware narcissist. So he's stating a standard that he requires respect if he had his place. He says, we are just different. Yeah, we are. We are different. He's right about that because I understand that I need to respect somebody else's place when I enter it. And I also understand when somebody enters my place, they need to respect me as well. That's all the boundaries are. The boundaries create an atmosphere of respect. That's all. We all want to be where we want to be when we want to be there. Not me. That's not how I think. This is how this unaware narcissist thinks. As an aware empath, I understand I can't be everywhere I want to be when I want to be there because that's not how life works. It's not how life works. It's not realistic. Every year, there's a family reunion that goes on within my family in the South. They have the family reunion every July. If I want to go to that family reunion one year, I gotta go when they having the family reunion. I cannot say I'm going to that family reunion in freaking January. Now I have a right to go visit my family before or after the family reunion. But if I want to specifically go to the family reunion, I gotta go when they having it. If I want to participate in that family reunion, it's in July. So no, I can't be there when I want to be and be at that family reunion. But this is what this unaware narcissist says. We all want to be where we want to be when we want to be there. He's an unaware narcissist, okay? Here he goes, is what he says here. If there's boundaries, I'd rather not be there ever. He's speaking of my place. So he's saying if there's boundaries at my place, he'd rather not be here ever. But he's inviting me in his place as long as there's respect. As long as there's respect, I can be in his place. This is an unaware narcissist. He's an unaware narcissist. This is not an empath. And I don't get along with these type of guys. I don't even want to read you my text. I don't like guys that don't have empathy. I don't like unaware narcissists. It really pissed me off for him to be a religious narcissist and try to act like he's an empathic religious man. It pissed me off. It's not cool at all. I just read you the text. I'm welcome in his place long as there's respect, but if he's coming to my place, he doesn't like boundaries. He doesn't want to be in my place because there's respect and boundaries. Just add on the respect to the boundary word. That's all my boundaries are. My boundaries in my place is just so everyone in my residence can be respected. Don't bring nightmares into your home. Pay attention to text messages. Take them serious. This is horrible. Once you are aware that it's a unaware narcissist, just back off. It's not going to get better. You can't change their narcissism. Even if I was to screenshot this and send it back to him, he's blocked. I blocked him out of my phone. Even if I was to screenshot this and send this back to him, he would have the incapability to read this and see that something's wrong with it. He just would not have the ability to comprehend that something is wrong with this. He's basically saying when people come in his home, long as they respect him, it's fine. But he ain't entering no home where he got to respect people. If there's boundaries in my place, he not coming here ever, y'all. This is a spoiled child and an unaware narcissist. He's very entitled. He thinks he has the right to even send me this text message. This is a religious narcissist. He's using his God against you to get his way. He does it with the constant I love yous. He does that to avoid conflict. When somebody says I love you all the time, that's a form of a manipulation so that you're not, when you read something like this, you're not really paying attention to it. And a lot of people, because he mentioned God, they would ignore the fact that he says, well, if I had my place, you're invited anytime as long as there's respect there. Well, he's not invited to my place anytime. And that's what created the argument too. I make plans and stuff when people come here, especially if they're coming here to stay. He can't come to my house anytime he wants to. I don't roll like that. And as of right now, he's displaced and he don't have a place. You won't keep your place running your place like this neither. He thought like this. He let people come to his house anytime and brought a relative there and ain't had a place of his own ever since. Because he let a relative come to his place anytime. You can't keep a place like that. Because what you're doing is breaking your lease guidelines. Especially if you don't own the place. You don't know what criminal trouble someone is in. So bringing somebody to your place anytime. You don't know if they just robbed a bank. You don't know if they just did a drive-by shooting. You don't know if they need to register on the sex offender list. You don't know what the hell this person has gotten themselves involved in. You just don't know. And so this would be some of the reason that he's still displaced, because he feels like somebody can come to his place anytime. That's the revolving door house sometimes. Just letting people come in and out. No standard. Let me finish playing this video, y'all, with this Mariah case here with this 34-year-old Mariah Samuels. Fair use, y'all.
Sealed and completely useless against the man walking away from her body. David Wright had already served 15 years behind bars.
David Wright, her killer, had already served 15 years behind bars.
He knew exactly how much a piece of paper was worth. Within hours of his arrest, David Wright would sit across from Minneapolis detectives and speak.
He looks like a narcissist, y'all. This guy, with his eyes, his face, the way it's affixed. What do they call it in schizophrenia? The effect in schizophrenia. I forgot the name of it, but it's the effect of the face, has no emotion. The way the face sits, it's the effect. I'll look it up in a minute and see if I could find it. But listen to this.
Speak words that would chill even veteran investigators. I'm not going to fight this situation. This won't be a hard-fought case. Just read our text messages. Then you'll understand why I did what I did. But Mariah Samuels had already shown the world exactly who David Wright was. Her final Facebook posts included security footage, her own documentation of Wright attacking her weeks before her murder. The video shows him striking her repeatedly outside her home. She had done everything right. She had evidence, she had witnesses, she had a protection order. What she didn't know was that 2 other women had already walked this exact path with David Wright.
2 other women had also filed protection orders, but they lived, and they had filed protection orders against David Wright,
2 other
her murderer.
protection orders. 2 other escapes. They survived. Mariah wouldn't.
I know what the word is, flat effect, y'all. I just thought about it. So people with schizophrenia, and I even see it with people with narcissism, there's a flat effect. And I'm not talking about the serious stare, y'all. Not that. It's what the rest of the face does. So, like, for example, in the flat effect, in Black culture, the flat effect, when I see white people and when I see Black people, it's kind of a little different look for me because I watch crime cases. So now, since I know what the flat effect is, it's how you think your eyes just show emotion, but the rest of your face shows emotion as well. The way your mouth is posed. I can even know how to look at somebody's lips and tell when they lips got the angry tone to it. It's the way they lips kind of poke out, like there's some underlying anger in the lips. So with the flat effect, there's no emotions in the rest of the face. And the flat effect in schizophrenia will remain in the eyes too. It's different than just the serious face, y'all. It ain't that. I don't go looking at your Facebook friends and you like, oh, there go the flat effect. Look it up online. There's a big difference between the serious model face and the flat effect in schizophrenia and narcissism. Because I don't think it's just in schizophrenia. The flat effect, it's an unemotionalist face. And you could see the lack of emotions in their cheeks. And I have a lit up face. Okay, I got the lit up Mickey Mouse face. I always say people in my family, we all got the Mickey Mouse look, right? So we got the sparkling eyes. If I smile, everything lighten up on me. My cheeks, my neckline may even come up. I mean, my face is an active face. It's an energized face. But a flat effect will be the opposite of that. It's like the mannequin face. Is the mannequin has the flat effect. Okay? So just look it up. Look flat, F-L-A-T effect. So let me see. Fair use, y'all, for this video.
Welcome back to True Crime Anatomy. To our incredible subscribers who've been with us through every case, thank you.
Fair use,
Your
y'all.
support means everything. May your families stay safe wherever they are. If you're joining us for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We tell the stories others won't. The
Fair
details that
use,
matter,
fair
the
use.
truths that need to be heard.
If you're looking to spruce up the outside of your house, these are the coolest
No, I don't want to spruce up the outside of my house.
things. It's like buy and require
Commercials.
to install.
The truths that need to be heard. Every morning at Petco and Food.
Oh, this is
Mariah
going to be
Samuels
interesting. What Mariah used to do, Mariah Samuels. So she worked for Petco, and part of her job was to get the animals under control, and she was good at it. But guess what? That man she with ain't one of these animals. He's a little harder to control, okay? Because Petco is giving her the equipment and the tools and the training that she needs. She probably went to college for this or something. I don't know.
arrived before the store
But
opened.
I don't know if she thought she could get this man, David Wright, under control. No, you better stick with the animals at your job at Petco. Because, and I'm going to put this video down in the description box. She thinking because she could get them animals under control. And of course, some of these are male animals. She thinking because she work at Petco, she could get these animals under control. But nah, that man that's coming out of prison worse than this animal, y'all. She lived to see the light of day when she was just doing this at work. But no, when she tried to control that man animal, that backfired. Really sad.
Her co-workers would find her already setting up her grooming station, humming softly to calm the nervous dogs who'd
She hummed softly to calm the nervous dogs. You can't do that when somebody done did 15 years in prison. That don't work with him, okay?
soon fill her schedule. For 7 years, she transformed matted, anxious pets into proud, tail
For
wagging.
7 years, she transformed matted, anxious pets into proud, tail-wagging companions. This is what she did for the animals.
Companions. Her colleague Jasmine Brown worked beside her almost every single day. She had this gift, Brown would later say.
Jasmine Brown said that she had a gift. Mariah Samuels had a gift. And her gift was with these animals. But you know, sometimes, see, the thing is with this line of work, she was good at her job and good at what she did with these animals working at Petco. But sometimes ladies, when they have these dominant jobs, it's just like, say the lady works a security job. The boundary is you can't take your line of work and think it's going to work with men. Yeah, she's controlling these animals at work, but the animals allowed it. She had the training, she had the equipment, she had the staff. She has the whole team of Petco supporting and helping her. Some of these dogs, they will have a muzzle on while she's doing this. So I think sometimes when ladies have these dominant jobs, they thinking that they're dominant over these men. No. None of the stuff she did or tried worked with the man. David Wright ended up murdering her and had already had a history of abusing women. These pets ain't been in the penitentiary 15 years like the man has. Somebody that's been in the penitentiary 15 years may be more of an animal because prison ain't training them. It's just making them worse a lot of times, especially if they're not in protective custody. They're just learning more bad stuff. This man was not in protective custody. He was in general population. So he gets to sit up around other abusers, see other men raped. Hey, he may do some of the raping himself. I don't know what David Wright did in prison. He's in there a long time. Abusing other guys, making them do oral jobs on them. We don't know what David Wright did while he was in prison. But I know she was able to work at Petco. Mariah Samuels was able to work at Petco and control those animals. But it didn't work with that man. It didn't work. So this is a lesson to be learned. I'll put this video down in the description box. And so hopefully you enjoyed the show here. And tune in for more. And yeah, this is, hopefully you learned from the text I read. I went over the situation with the sister Renee, with the financial abuser that she has. I went over the situation with this sister that's ended up getting murdered by David Wright. Her name was Mariah Samuels. May she rest in peace. And the thing with my lives, I mentioned different subject matters, and then I'm going to put this video in the description box. I'll have that there within 15 minutes. Okay. I'll put the, I'll have my fair use music. I'll have the video. You can go watch the Mariah Samuels case yourself. Okay. So the good thing about coming to this channel is I have videos below in the description. Click on the link and you can watch the entire video that I just did the commentary on. These lives should not be boring because I include quite a bit of information, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for more. Read those texts. Don't be afraid when you thought somebody was an empath to take them out of that empath category. Oh, hey, Fluttershy. I'm just ending this live. But baby girl, I will be doing another live later. Tune in for more. Baby girl, I had a lot that I went over today to teach ladies about domestic violence and how to protect yourself, preventing yourself from going through financial abuse. Oh, you don't want me to end? The only reason I have to end is because I do have something to do, baby girl. But I will be coming on here later, okay? So later on this evening, before you go to bed, I will be on here doing another live. So I have a meeting that I have to go into here shortly, baby girl. I love you so much, okay? But I do have a meeting that I have to go into. And after that meeting, later on today, I will be doing another live, okay? I promise you. Fluttershy, let me ask you this. What would you like me to do a video about? Give me a video idea. Come up with a video idea. What would you like me to talk about on the live later? I'll do it just for you. Fluttershy, can you think of anything? Thank you so much for the like. About K-pop demon hunters? Okay. I will do a little research on that and then figure that out, okay? So K-pop demon hunters. Oh, K-pop demon Karma Hurts, the YouTuber. Thank you so much for leaving your comment. And then Fluttershy, I just did a screenshot of your video idea, and so I will do as much research as I can and have a video about this, okay? So I will do anything for you, baby girl. So K-pop demon hunters is the subject matter, so I got to research and then I'll do a video for you, okay? Yeah, I know what you mean. Not K-pop demon Karma Hurts. Yeah. Thank you so much for clarifying that as well. Yeah, because the other gentleman that's on here, that's the name of his YouTube channel. Okay, so I will do some research, check in with Daniel to see what information he knows about it, and I will get prepared for that video, okay? Okay, I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for more right here with the Advanced Insight channel. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Tune in for more right here with the Advanced Insight channel. Bye.